What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 4 of my NHL 21 Chicago Blackhawks Franchise Mode series. If you guys missed the last episode, I'd say go and check it out, but if you don't want to, for whatever reason, big spoiler incoming. We actually won both the Stanley Cup and the Calder Cup, so coming off a huge year. Honestly, I'd say most of the team is the same from that past season, but again, you guys can see the Stanley Cup there along with the Calder Cup. I think we also won the President's Trophy as well, so a huge year in Chicago. Taylor Hall, as you can see there, was definitely a big part of it. Same goes for all the younger guys, Strome, DeBrincat, Kane still playing really well. The emergence of Shane Wright was huge for our team too. So right here's a look at the roster going into Season 4. We got DeBrincat, Strome, and Kane. Still our first line, getting that +3. They're a solid trio. Then the second line here gets a +5. I don't think we've had a +5 line yet, so I'm really excited to see just how well they play. Meyer, Wright, and Hall. So playing like a 96, 91, and 90. I'm hoping for big things from them, especially Wright, 19 years old, already an 86 with the franchise potential. He could get up to like 95 overall, honestly, the way he's playing, especially right now playing top 6 with a +5 chemistry boost. Even the third line there is stacked. DeBrusk, Doc, and Nylander. Like, that's most teams' second line at the least, maybe even a first line. Fourth line, too. You got Malkin, Ratcliffe, and Costin. It's a really good fourth line. I brought Malkin back. Didn't really plan on him being on the fourth line, but just for that good. That's kind of where he ended up. Defensively as well, Riley there with Boquist on the top pair getting a +3. You got Drysdale on the NHL team, 21, 8-year overall medium elite. Johansson we traded for, got basically for nothing. Lindholm Chernak's got to be one of the best bomb pairs in the league, especially with the +3. It's like 87, 88 on the bottom pair. Goaltending is definitely our weak spot. So we got DiPietro and Skinner, both younger, they're 24. DiPietro 84, Skinner 82. My thinking is we'll kind of roll with this for the first month or two, see where we're at, and if I do think we're not winning enough games, or I take a look at their stats and they're not playing well enough, we'll definitely trade a forward for a goalie. But with the goalies, if they do play well, like you can see combined, they're making $1.6 million. So if they do play well, it's just kind of a huge advantage for us. Otherwise, obviously, I think the big trade piece would probably be Malkin, just because he is making $4 million. Can hopefully get a goalie around that price to come in. But I mean, he'd have to be at least, 86, I think, to make it worthwhile. Also, to show you guys the special teams, both power play units get a +3, so that's awesome to see. Hopefully, they both play really well. I think last year we had the most power play goals. 4-man power play, both get +1. PK there, +1 and a 0 is not too bad. 3-man getting 0, so really can't complain. AHL team here as well. Obviously, won the Calder Cup. Looked really good. Afanasayev, Lambert, and Whistle. Obviously, Lambert could be in the NHL as an 81, but just because of how stacked we are, he'd be on the fourth line, so might as well just keep him in the AHL. Hopefully he can tear it up, especially, with this stacked of a squad. Like, everyone on this team is a high 70, except for Ekman who's a 75. Defensively, we got 3 80s on AHL defense. The top pair is getting a +3. Same with the bottom pair there. Like, they're just so good. Primo's an 80 overall starting goalie in the AHL. Like, I don't know about the Stanley Cup. I think it's a lot tougher to win, but the AHL team, I think, has to be the far and away favorite for the Calder Cup this year. Also, too, I'll show you guys our ratings here, offense, defense, and goaltending. If you guys missed the captaincy last episode, Patrick Kane is now wearing the C for this team, and then I give the 2 A's to Hull and Riley. Hull's actually shown instead of Kane here, so I forgot they're both the same rating. 100 offense for a franchise team is ridiculous. 93 defense. I think with the chemistry bonus, it'd be even higher, and 84 goaltending. Ovechkin, I think we noticed last time, is now in the Dallas Stars, which is also pretty cool. So we'll get started simming here. Defending Stanley Cup champs. We'll see if we can go back-to-back. So I just finished simming to the end of December here, guys. You can see we have a record of 28-12, so that's why I haven't made a trade with the goalies yet. Like, 28-12 is pretty good. I mean, could we be better? Potentially, but first in the division with 56 points. I think, are we first in the league? We're tied with the Maple Leafs for first in the league. Strome's playing unreal, 51 points in 40 games. So, I mean, I don't know. It's tough to change anything right now. At the deadline, if there's like an awesome goalie available, maybe we'll pull the plug, but I'm pretty content with how the team's playing. Now, as I say that, guys, I just checked our goalie stats. Stuart Skinner here, .891 and a 2.93, so almost 3 goals against. DiPietro's got a .884 and a 3.13, so worse save percentage than Skinner and over 3 goals against. That's not good. Ideally, you have something around a .9 and under 3 goals against at the minimum, so I think our team could actually be doing even better right now if we did have, legit elite goalies. So I'm thinking maybe it is time to trade Malkin. I'm thinking, how's he done yet? 15 points, 40 games. He's kind of rotten on the fourth line. I feel bad. Same with Clauston, too, but I think, he could get called up at 1.8 goals. So he's still finding the back of the net somehow, which is nice. And look at this, guys. I'm not sure how this happens. Trying to find a goalie to trade for. And St. Louis has a 74 and a 73 as their 2 NHL goalies. Like, what is that? And their third goalie is a 57 in the AHL. Obviously, they would have like an AHL-only goalie, I guess, as the fourth guy. But Still, I'm sure there's got to be someone better in free agency. Or, like, there's multiple teams I saw with 380-plus goalies. Like, why aren't you making a trade? All right, guys, so we're trying to trade the Edmonton Oilers for Ben Bishop, who initially, declined us, said we weren't a good enough team after winning the Cup. He's got pretty good stats on a bad Oilers team. 37 years old, 85 overall, obviously 1 year left. Kind of just, twilight of his career right now. Similar to Rask. Hopefully can, have him go out with a Cup. Ty Dellandrea, actually on the block, 23-78, medium top 6. I think this is a good opportunity to get a good young player. Again, Edmonton's 18-17. Bishop's stats are pretty good. Considering that, they want Malkin, one of not too many teams. He won a Cup with us, so I don't feel too bad about signing Edmonton. Then DiPietro, I'm trading because he has more value than Skinner. Help us get Dellandrea. Value's pretty equal. I think this trade could go through. Trade rejected. Okay, so I feel like it's pretty close, honestly. Probably just have to add something small. Gonna try adding a third-round pick in this year's draft as well. And there we go. So it's calling up Lambert, but I'm not going to do that. As I mentioned, I think he'd, serve us better in the AHL. I have to find somebody who better fits that fourth-line forward role, and I just noticed he's actually an 82 now, third-line scorer role, but again, like, he just doesn't have anywhere to play on our team. Currently has 29 points in 32 games in the AHL, which is nice to see. As well, you guys can see he's got 92 deking. I actually boosted Lambert's deking stats pretty much based off of one clip I saw of him pulling off a sick move, but I still feel like that's a bit more research than EA's probably done on him. So after that trade, guys, just an update look at our lines. As you can see, the fourth line is now Costin, Ratcliffe, and Dellandrea. I did actually want Dellandrea to be in the AHL, but it automatically put him in the NHL, and he'd have to go through waivers, so I'm not going to lose the guy we just traded for nothing. Just basically to get like a 1 or 2 overall upgrade on the fourth line. Not worth it at all. Goaltending-wise, you can see we now have Ben Bishop as the starter. I still can't believe we traded for the guy who essentially dissed us in free agency, saying how we weren't a good enough team after winning the Cup. But hopefully, we can win even more games. I'm not sure what our win percentage right now is at 28-12, but it's pretty good. So we'll see if, that trade helps us out or not. Check this out, guys. I think picking up Ben Bishop definitely helped us out. We are 48-17 at the deadline, so 96 points. Definitely going to hit 50 wins. I think we have a very good chance to hit 60. You got to win 12 of the next. How many games played is that for us? Like 65? So we have to win 12 of the next 17. I think we could do it. 96 points. No one's close to us. 85 Maple Leafs is the next closest. Like, we are just such a beast in this whole league. 0 OT losses. Very interesting. So if we go to overtime, we win it. Otherwise, we're not going to overtime. Patrick Kane there, 80 points, 65 games. I think it also means we have yet to lose a shootout if we have 0 overtime losses. I mean, that's kind of insane. Like, Wild there have 11, same with the Sabres. Us to have 0 is just such an anomaly. Sharks at 2 is the next closest. Again, Kane's killing it. We're at the trade deadline. I don't really know. I mean, I'll do it. I'll see what's out there. You can see Wrightson up to an 87. I don't think much other change on offense. Defensively, Drysdale still 83, which is kind of surprising. I thought he'd be like 84, 85 by this point. Some Bishop stats with us, .909 and 2.8. So yeah, definitely an upgrade there on DiPietro. And it looks like, it's turned into more wins. So hopefully this team keeps playing well. I really, like, what else are you going to say? Quick look, I guess, at the AHL team, because they're stacked too. Lambert 47 and 55, and yeah, they're first in the division. Not first in the league though, that's actually the Wolfpack, but still playing really well. Look at this, guys. Number 1 player on the trading block of this deadline is David Pastrnak. He does have 1 year left, so maybe Boston thinks they might not be able to re-sign him. 92 overall, 27-year-old, one of the best wingers in the game. Sebastian Aho is also available. They both have huge trade value though, and our team's already so stacked. I feel like trading for a player with that high of value as a rental just doesn't make sense for us. Gensel there as well, Kaprizov. Pretty crazy, some of these names. Ovechkin, not as much value, but the $11.7 million salary, pretty much impossible to make that work. Detroit, did they make a big trade happen? In exchange for, I was like, tell me, actually, Teravainen's a pretty big trade. I was going to say, tell me it's Aho going to Detroit, but probably like a good consolation for them. LeBanc there, 4.7. Kevin Fiala's on the block. 87 overall, not that high value. The thing is, so 87 is literally a third liner for us. Like, I don't really know if I can make a trade here because our team is just too good. Really, if anything, I should be trading away guys because I know I'm going to lose some players due to the salary cap this offseason. St. Louis just traded Braden Shen and Minnesota Wild for Damon Severson, so pretty good hockey trade. Thing is, though, with, like, trading away guys, I would much rather risk it and try and win back-to-back cups here than, worry about getting a second-round pick or something like that for a guy who's got 1 year left on him. So, yeah, so we get a really good offer. I'll probably accept it, but honestly, I say this all the time and end up making a blockbuster trade. This time I really mean it. I think I'm happy with this team for the playoffs. I think like it's pretty much perfect. And the Boston Bruins just got Oscar Klefbom. That's a pretty big trade. Look at the trade we just got from LA. 2 third-round picks for a medium top 6 prospect and a 4th ballistic we took in the first round. Like, this one makes no sense to me again. As the trade deadline's going on, guys, I was just looking around at some things, and I noticed that Ben Bishop is currently 16-4 in 20 games played for us. Like, that is insane. Definitely happy with that trade, and surprisingly, he dropped in rating while putting up insane numbers. Same goes for Dylan Strome. I think he's having a career year right now, and his potential actually dropped from medium elite to medium top 6. To say, I don't know where Strome is, but I think I was literally right on him. Patty Kane as well has dropped from elite to top 6, but I mean, 90 overall, leading scorer on the team. He should still stay good, but looking at it too, in terms of like next year, DeBrincat we know needs a new contract. I'm again going to offer sheet him and then just hope someone gives us like 4 first-round picks or something ridiculous. Nylander Johansson, you never know, like we might be able to make that work for $3 million each, and then in which case, if Bishop leaves, we get another young, cheap goalie. Most of this team honestly could stay intact, so really like our chances this year if we're actually able to win that cup. I think we'll have a chance at a three-peat, which I know is getting ahead of myself, but I'm actually, kind of liking how we're going to look next year as well. Another trade offer here from the Blue Jackets. I have Follow and a 3rd for a 1st and a 2nd. I mean, the dude better be like an 85 minimum, and I feel like he's going to be an 82. 81. Yeah, so he'd be worse than every single one of our NHL forwards, and they want a 1st and 2nd round pick. Gotta say no to that one. So it's 11:40 now, guys. I figure we'll take a look at all the trades that went down before it ends. Anthony Mantha there goes to Washington from New Jersey. I'm just trying to look for the big ones. Boston gets Chris Letang from New York. Toffoli goes to Buffalo with Steen. Montreal just gets some picks. Zibanejad goes to Anaheim. Carolina got picks. So Zibanejad was on Carolina to start with. Hogner in the 1st to Dallas. Vancouver gets Hintz. Nashville there got Nick Ritchie and Paul Byron. Boston got Ryan Johansson. That's big. Brian Rust from Dallas. Ottawa got Kirill Kaprizov for a 1st-round pick and 2 prospects. But have been good prospects. It's a big haul for Ottawa. Brady Shea goes back to the Rangers. Chris Tierney there to the Canucks. Nick Leddy and Gresslick to the Maple Leafs. Carlson to Philly. And I feel like we saw the rest of these. Actually, Edmonton got Oscar Klefbom. I thought Boston did, but apparently he left. Now he's going back. St. Louis got Severson. Minnesota, Brady Shen. Detroit there, Teravainen for a couple seconds and a prospect. Calgary got Esa Lindell as well. I think I missed that one. So pretty active trade deadline, honestly. So when we match up with some teams in the playoffs, definitely going to be interesting to look at their lineups and to kind of see how they've changed. And honestly, I feel like all the teams in the NHL have changed quite a bit already in only 4 seasons. Loss. 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 What? Okay, guys, I don't know if you heard me there or not, but I was watching this sim. I just can't believe this. It's like the game doesn't want you to get 60 wins. So we actually got our first overtime loss. It was a shootout loss there against the Islanders. Then we played really well. Another shootout loss to the Stars and the Jets. So, 3 overtime losses in, 8 games there before we never even had one. And then we continued the losing streak after the 2 shootout losses with 5 games regulation losses. Columbus, Rangers, Canadiens, Flames, Wild. Like, we had, 15 total losses all year up to the deadline. And then we lost 7 straight games, basically to end the year. Luckily got a big 8-2 win there against the Capitals. But how can this team be so dominant and then lose 7 straight right at the end of the year? I'll never understand it. Still, 57, 22, and 3 is a very solid record. Something to be happy about, but come on, just go 3-4 there instead of 0-7. We got 60 wins. You guys can tell I'm 100% rattled. Kane 99 points. That one hurts too. 1 shy of 100. Are you kidding me? It's like they're just trying to rip my heart out right now. Luckily, we hold on to the President's Trophy. I mean, we would have probably had to lose every single game from the deadline. Kane also had 50 goals, so that's nice, even though he didn't have 100 points. The 50 goals is a nice consolation prize. We'll see how everyone else did here on the team. Strome 91 again. How he dropped him top 6, I don't know, but I could actually see him getting to a 90 because he had such a good year. Hull 84, so he slowed down a bit, which is surprising. He had 101 last year, 105 the year before that. I mean, he's 32, 91 overall, playing with a +5 chem boost, so playing like a 96. Doesn't really make sense. Shane Wright there, huge year for him. Morgan Riley, wow, almost a point per game as a D-man. I feel like he's going to go up. Doc 60, basically exactly what you want from a solid second-line center who plays, 200-foot game, both ends of the ice. DeBrusque there, 58. Same as DeBrincat. So we signed DeBrusque to replace DeBrincat. Looks like he did just that. 2 overall lower, but locked in at 6.2. We know DeBrincat's going to ask for like 10 again. Definitely going to have to just try and trade him. Boquist, Meyer, both put up 50. Nylander, 45 is not too bad. So I'm pretty happy overall to have this team did aside from just to the end of the year. Bishop, 35 and 23. So that was for everybody. For us, he was 22, 8 and 2. So that's ridiculous. Assuming he started all the games we lost, which he probably didn't. Let's just pretend. 7 of his 10 losses came, back to back to back to back to back, which is just stupid. Stuart Skinner there, stats for an 82 overall. You'd hope for better, but what are you going to do? AHL here, Brad Lambert, 69 points. Nice. 72 games played. For sure, I'll be making the team next year, so basically he'll probably replace DeBrincat, and then the 4th line spot that Delandria currently has is really up for grabs between him and a ton of AHL guys. Mason Shaw's an 80. Chapik, how do you guys say I should say it? I already forgot. There were so many comments. I made sure to make a note of it, and I already forgot while I'm recording. But yeah, that spot on the 4th line is definitely up for grabs. Other than that, team's pretty much locked in for next season. Let's see here. Is Kane 99 points? No. McDavid 105. Matthews. Makar 101 as a D-man. Alright, so he's basically the second coming of Bobby Orr. 91 overall, 19 goals, 82 assists. 97 D-Keen. Are you kidding me? This kid's insane. 95 skating. Literally Bobby Orr. 82 assists. So he averages an assist a game. Nylander 100. Him and Matthews together. What a duo. He's up to a 91. Kane was 5th in scoring, so that's pretty good. Draisaitl tied him there. Crosby, 36 years old, still putting up almost 100. Barzal there's got 96. You can see his speed stats actually reflective of real life now. What's McDavid's speed? It actually still just stayed at the 97. Max Domi, 96. I think that's probably his best year ever. Marner, 95, probably on that top line with Matthews, with Nylander. So a couple creative guys there, both going off. Dylan Strome. We'll take a look at the standings now. We know we got first place. We always like to see, who finished last, who's going to be the sweepstakes for that first overall. St. Louis, 73, probably has a good chance at it. So we had 10 more points than the next best team there in Calgary. Goals 4 per game. Yeah, we had the best. The only team above 4 again. Power play goals, 82. We're also the best. 9 better than Toronto, who also a pretty good team. Maybe we'll see them in Stanley Cup final. It'd be kind of cool. Looking through here. Oh, wow. Edmonton, 19 squeaks in. Yikes. The Rangers, the Islanders, the Devils, all the New York area teams just get screwed. And let's see here. Last NHL wasn't St. Louis. It was actually the Boston Bruins. Really rough year. 59 points. I mean, they are really, really good right now in real life, but they're, once that core of Marchand, Bergeron, once those two guys are gone, Pastrnak, McAvoy, can they carry the rest of the team? Maybe it's really going to depend on kind of whether or not they can get some good young depth coming up through that team. And let's see here. First round, the Minnesota Wild. Okay, so take a look at the team. I mean, they just trade away Kaprizov. I can't see them being too good, but you never know. Like, watch us literally lose to the team that was selling at the deadline while we're insane. So Fiala, Rossi, Zuccarello the first line. Imagine we trade for Fiala as well. Took another one of their good players. Greenway, Dewar, and Hinestroza the second line. Dewar here is a 79. Why is he second line center? Donskoy, Shen. I forgot they did trade for Shen. Boldy on the third. Hoffman, Rubtsov, Erikssonek on the fourth. So they have some depth, but really no stars. I'm surprised Boldy hasn't grown by more. 23 years old there. Give him a high top 6. Defensively, Orlov, Dumba, Vatanen, Brodin. I gotta go back to Kalen Addison's pick there. What a beauty. The flow, the stash, love it. Binnington's their starting goalie, so they do have a good starter. Chunkfist? I don't know if I said that right. He's probably made up. 20 years old, medium elite. If for some reason he's in the game, Binnington gets pulled. We put up 9 goals in the first game. They decide to take him out. If that backup gets in, we automatically win the series. So if we can make that happen somehow, injuries are off, so it's got to be Binnington bad play. First 2 games here, let's see. And 4-0 win. Okay, so we shut them out. 3-2 win. Looking good so far. Heading to Minnesota now. 6-0 win. Come on, Ben Bishop. 5-1 win. Okay, so Bishop allowed 3 goals in 4 games for the first round of the playoff series. That's looking good. So clearly the boys, they wanted to prove that whatever happened at the end of the regular season was a fluke. I'm thinking maybe they let their foot off the gas because it was, present trophy in the bag, whatever else. And the Winnipeg Jets are up next. Patrick Kane there, 6 points in 4 games. Take a look at the Jets lines. Honestly, I think when I was looking through, during the trades, I don't think they've changed too much. Yeah, Connor Scheifele, Line, so they never traded him. Wheeler's down to 81, but his shot's still insane. It's just his skating's terrible. rest of his stats are actually all good. Basically, just his skating's terrible now. Perfetti's an 84 at 22, not too bad. Ehlers, Vesalainen, Faxa, Brian Russ, we saw they traded for. Armia, Appleton, JVR. Is he still making 7 mil? There's no way. Okay, no, he's down at 3.7. Morrissey up to an 88, Pionk 86, McNabb, Niku. Hinola only 80. For some reason, he just never seems to grow. He like starts out 78 or 79, early 20s or 19, and then just like doesn't move much from there. Goaltending, obviously, Hellebuck there, 89. They're going to be tough to beat, but I think we can do it. On paper, we have a better team. This team is obviously better than Minnesota, but I do believe in the Chicago team. We'll see what happens here. So first 2 games are going to be at home in Chicago before heading to Winnipeg. And we got a 2-1 win. Love seeing that. And a 2-1 loss. Okay, so it's a close series. Also, I think our AHL team just entered the playoffs. My bad. They actually played the Texas Stars in the first round and swept them 3-0. And now they're playing the Manitoba Moose. So I think that happened last episode. People were saying like the NHL and AHL teams had the same franchise matchups, and looks to be the same case here. Winnipeg 5-2 win, 6-1 win. So we played really good in Winnipeg. Chance to take the series right now in Game 5 at home. And we do that. 2-0 wins. Bishop with a shutout. I mean, in 5 games there, wow, how many goals did Bishop let in? Like, this is insane. In the first series, he let 3 goals in 4 games. In the second series, he let in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goals in 5 games. Ben Bishop's insane. Look at Ben Bishop's stats through the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. That is ridiculous. .958 save percentage, 1 goal against, 3 shutouts. Are you kidding me? Definitely the current, front runner for the Conn Smythe. Shane Wright there, 88 overall now, which is good to see. +5. I was expecting that line to be like a god line. So far, it's just been good, but not great. Again, not really sure what's going on. Usually the +5s, they play insane. And in the third round here, guys, we're up against the Nashville Predators. So it's been Central teams the whole way. They got Tolvanen, Duchesne, Arvidsson first line, which is solid, but our third line, I'd say, is better. Our center's an 87, then both wingers are high rated. Forsberg, William Karlsson, Michkov there. LeBanc, Kunin an 87. He actually grew quite a bit for them. Fogle, Ritchie, Season, Stahl. So they have a lot of depth. Stahl still playing there at 39. Defensively, Hayes, Ellis, Fabro, Yossi, Miller, Trouba. So as usual, Nashville's got stacked defense. That's actually really good. Is it better than ours? No, but it's definitely the best defense we've played so far. Askarov and net as well. Okay, so Nashville's a pretty good team. I would say similar in terms of skill to the Winnipeg Jets. Maybe better. Their offense, I'd say, is worse. Defense is better. And then goaltending, I think Hellebuck was a little bit higher rated. So for the conference final here, guys, we will submit period by period. They're playing pretty good, too. It's 8-4 through the first 2 rounds. We're 8-1. AHL team as well is on to the conference finals. I don't know if you guys noticed that. First period in Chicago, we're down 1-0. 2-2, Yossi for them, Kane and Wright for us. And 4-2 win, Meyer, Delandria. Delandria, the trade coming through. So good, obviously, to take that first win. Game number 2 now. Would love to go back-to-back here at home in Chicago to start off this series. First period up 2-0, Nylander, Hall. 3-2, they scratch back. Ellis, Duchesne, Strom for us. 6-2, huge third, Kane, Hall, Meyer. Let's go. Boys came alive in the third. They're like, we're taking both games at home before heading to Nashville. All right, so Smashville time. Can we get it done? 10-1 right now in the playoffs. Unreal. Okay, game number 3. Here we go. 1-1, Michkov and Kane. 3-1, let's go. Kane again, Riley. Hold on. 5-4. Wow, they fought back. Looks like we're actually up 5-2, and then Duchesne and Ritchie both made it close, but luckily able to hold on there for the 5-4 win. So now 1 game away from heading back to the Stanley Cup final. Got 4 games to play, 2 at home, 2 in Nashville. I'm sure, I don't want to jinx it, but we got to find a way to win one of these. Come on, 11-1 right now. Let's make it 12. Here we go. 1-1, Stahl, DeBrusque. 3-2, it's another close game. Kane and Doc for us, Karlsson for them. Let's go, 7-3. We're a third period team. Meyer, Nylander, Kane, Wright. Everyone just pitching in there. So we actually sweep the Nashville Predators in the conference final. That's ridiculous. We're 12-1 right now through 3 rounds of the playoffs. We lost 1 game to Winnipeg Jets in round 2, and that is it. I couldn't be happier with this team. I'm just so happy. Buffalo Sabres in the Stanley Cup final. Let's get this done. I know you guys have looked at the Buffalo Sabres team. Honestly, pretty stacked. You got Olofsson, Eichel, Reinhardt on that top line. Toffoli, Donato was an 86, surprisingly, and Skinner there on the second. Middlestat, Cousins, Quinn on the third. So Young Guns line. Break Cruz, who knows? Coleman and Sorensen there on the fourth line. Defensively, you got Dahlin and Ristolainen on the top pair. Yoki Harju, Mata, Sherrod, and Stetcher. So really the D hasn't changed too much. Corby Sal they actually brought in to be their starter. Frank who's backing him up. Obviously Buffalo leading that team. And speaking of, face of the team, who's your leader? The Blackhawks have a new face of the team, and his name is Shane Wright. Check this out. In 13 playoff games, he's got 22 points. The kid is insane. Hopefully he can keep it up here in the Stanley Cup final against the Sabres. Obviously, we're looking to go back-to-back. We'll see if the boys can get it done. So, first game here in Chicago. Home for big things. First period, 2-2. Okay. Stroman Hall for us. 5-2. Let's go. Wright, Hall, DeBrincat. And we hold on there. 7-3. Hall and Wright. How many goals do Hall and Wright have? So they have 2 each. And Hall had a hattie. Love to see that. Hall usually seems to score quite a bit for us in the playoffs. Might be, honestly, our best signing. It's either him or Morgan Riley. Ovi was really good for us, too, but unfortunately, we were not able to win a cup with him. So game number 2 now in Chicago. Let's keep it going here. First period, up 3-0. DeBrusk, Dellandrea, Drysdale. Kind of like the guys who get less ice time getting it done. 4-0. DeBrusk again. Can he get the hattie? No hattie, but still 4-0 shutout win there against the Buffalo Sabres. Game number 2. So heading to Buffalo now. Feeling good, I'm not going to lie. I got a pretty big smile on my face. 14-1 in the playoffs. This team's ridiculous. Okay, game 3. 3-2 lead. Kane, Hall, Wright, Cousins, Eichel for them. Holding on. Let's go. Third period. 6-3. I said we're a third period team. DeBrincat, Hall, and Wright again. Those two have just been unreal. Both of them had 2-goal games here. Absolutely just carrying that team. So maybe finally with that +5 chem, the second line here is coming alive. So game 4 now, heading to Buffalo. Possible Stanley Cup winning game. We're 15-1. The Jets have taken 1 game on us the entire playoffs. I can't believe this. I just can't. First period, 2-2. Olsen to Foley for them. Drysdale, Hall for us. Hall again gets on the score sheet. 4-3 for them. Hull, he's got 2. Donato and Eichel. Let's see if Hull, he can get that hattie, tie this game up. We had a power play there. Are you kidding me? Boquist ties it up. Let's go. Now we just need a hero. Come on. 5-on-4. Let's go, Alex Nylander. Yes! We come back in the third. Keep playing hard here, boys. 10 minutes to go. We're up a goal. Hold on. Hold on. We're a third period team. We've lost 1 game all playoffs. Hold on. 1-11. We'll jump in here. We'll watch this thing finish. CPU versus CPU game. I'm not going to play a 1-goal lead here. Are you kidding me? I can't believe this still. Also, you want to compare our ratings here. 193-84 compared to 96-90-83. So, aside from offense, like, they actually stack up pretty good with us, but I don't believe that includes the chemistry bonus, and we have quite a bit. Oh no, Eichel's in alone. Please. He passes it off to Reinhart, and Bishop makes a huge save. You guys can see Sabres pull their goalie here. 30 seconds to go. DeBrincat basically ragging the puck, but I mean, up a goal. Stanley Cup on the line. Can you really blame them? Oh no, we have a delayed penalty. So they're about to have a 6-on-4 here with 25 seconds left. Here we go, guys. Less than 10 seconds to go. Ristolainen's coming in. Big save from Bishop. That might have been the Stanley Cup winning save right there. 3 seconds. Doc with the face-off win. Chernik just dumps it up the glass. Let's go. Chicago Blackhawks are your back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. I love saying that. Obviously, last team to do this was the Pittsburgh Penguins. Can we do the three-peat now? Like I was saying, I was already looking at it. Most of this team is locked up for next year. The guys that aren't really core pieces. I think we can potentially pull it off, especially considering how dominant we were in this playoff series. Or not playoff series, but in this playoff run. 16-1. I don't think I've ever gone 16-1 before in a franchise. Absolutely ridiculous. I actually read a comment on the last episode where someone said I should try and build a team that can go 16-0 in the playoffs. So it's kind of insane that just our regular franchise team almost accomplished that. Like, if it wasn't for the 1 game against Winnipeg, 16-0 with a team we built, not like a team of, superstars or whatever that we just made outside of franchise. So crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. Patty Kane gets his 5th Stanley Cup. I heard actually that, the record's 11, I want to say. Henry Richard, I think people were saying, so we're not going to do that. Hall gets the Conn Smythe. I mean, he's playing really well. 2 goals, 5 assists for 7 points. I don't even know what that's for. Is that for this series probably? It should be showing like the entire playoffs, but Wright was ahead of him. Maybe Hall passed him here in the final series, but Ben Bishop's stats, we'll take a look at it. He might have gotten robbed there, the Conn Smythe. Like, through the first 2 rounds, he was insane. We swept the next 2 rounds. So, like, the dude lost 1 game. I'm not sure how much he put on the goalie, but his goals against Sabres Saints are both so good. Obviously, feel bad for Malkin. DiPietro's my guy. We traded them away, but Ben Bishop was a big part of the Stanley Cup win for sure. And then you got the captain, Patty Kane, going out there to lift the Stanley Cup. Unfortunately, his buddy, Jonathan Toews, isn't here with him, but we got a good young core here. And like I said, I think there's a good chance this is a dynasty. If we can win the next one, I don't even know. It would just be unreal. And Morgan Rielly actually gets it first this time. I'm pretty sure last year we won it. It was the two bomb-pairing defensemen that got it first, Coughlin and Bodwin, I want to say. But this time, like, you know what, we'll give it to Rielly, one of the alternate captains. And he hands it off to Kostin, which is the fourth line forward, which is usually the case. And there you go, Ben Bishop lifting the cup again. Huge reason why I think we just won this one. And now we got the team pick. Again, pretty much, I'd say, what, 2 players have changed from last year? No, DiPietro we added, so really, we did bring in some other guys, I think, that were in the AHL team, but still, 17 to 20 guys, probably the exact same. What a great core. I'm surprised Boquist there, second star of the game with a goal and 2 assists, even though he got, not the game winner, but literally the Stanley Cup winner. Are you kidding me? They're going to give Ryan Donato the first star in the game, he loses the Stanley Cup? That's a bit of a joke. So after our 16-1 playoff run, I had to look up if any team's ever gone undefeated in the playoffs. Now, there were a few teams that did it back in like the original 6 era. You only had to win up to 8 wins. Some teams only had to go like 5-0, so that doesn't really count. Now, there were 2 teams that went 12-1 in a 3-round playoff. So again, not really as good as our 16-1. In terms of an actual 4-round playoff, the only team to come close to us is the 87-88 Oilers, who went 16-2-1. So we are the best playoff team of all time with a 16-1 record. No team's ever gone 16-0 in the playoffs. And the Oilers, who are considered one of the best playoff teams ever, they dropped an extra loss and an overtime loss. So that's insane that we just set a record I didn't even know about. Now, unfortunately, guys, I just checked the AHL team. They lost in the conference final to the San Diego Gulls in 6 games. So no back-to-back Calder Cup, but I'm a little bit more worried about the Stanley Cup. And honestly, if you would have asked me, I would have thought we had a better chance of winning the Calder Cup back-to-back, because I think the AHL team is just that much better than the rest of the league. Boston Bruins there fire their head coach. Same with the Pittsburgh Penguins. So some pretty good teams, completely changing gears. Chicago Blackhawks, Stanley Cup champions again. It definitely feels good. We'll see if Boston can win that first overall pick or not. And they do not. Philly there jumps up from 5-1, but they do get second, so they can't be too upset with that. We'll take a look actually at this draft class. We have our first round pick still, but it's going to be 31. No one too crazy, it looks like. I'm assuming Scribes is medium elite, so just 5 medium elites at the top, which is usually the case. Gems, hopefully there's somebody sick. A couple gems, medium top 6 at 44, so we'll probably take him with our pick, honestly, not risk it. Although this guy is a gem, 50-50 low elite, he could be medium elite. So maybe we do risk him. Also, I see this Nielsen guy here from the Spitfires. 3/4 chance, however you want to look at it, to be medium elite. Looks like he'll be going at the end of the 3rd round. Definitely a guy to keep an eye on. And look at that, guys. Taylor Hall finished the playoffs with 28 points in 17 games. Pretty nuts, but, did he pass Shane Wright? I feel like Shane Wright might have had more than him. He actually had the exact same, but just less goals. Wow, both those guys put up 28 and 17. Like I said, they absolutely carried us. And Wright dropped an overall. Same with Taylor Hall. Hall actually dropped by 2 after winning the Conn Smythe. And Wright dropped by 1 after just going off in the playoffs. I don't understand that one at all. Patty Kane, 23. Strome, 22. Those are really good. DeBrusk was a point per game. DeBrincat, he's played himself out of this team. 12 points in 17 games. Now, Bishop's stats. Those are Conn Smythe winning stats. 16-1. 4 shutouts, a .932, and a 1.8 goals against. I mean, I guess Hall and Wright both went off as well, but I feel like when you have 2 guys like that are just so close, I'm surprised they just didn't give it to the goalie because, they couldn't decide. I think in real life, probably what happens. So we already know our road there. I still can't believe 1 loss in total. Buffalo swept the Blue Jackets, and the Hurricanes took them to 7. Beat the Senators in 6, and then, of course, a loss to us there in the final. So Senators definitely looking like a good team. We saw them make that Kaprizov trade. They made the Eastern Conference Final. Back-to-back cups. Obviously, love to see that. Back-to-back President's Trophies. Clarence's Campbell's. Individual awards here. McDavid, we know, got the Art Ross. He also gets the Hart. McCarr got the James Norris. The kid's literally Bob Orr. I already mentioned it. Nylander, Lady Bang. That's pretty cool. Bedard got the Calder Memorial Trophy, so that makes sense. He's sick. Taylor Hall got the Conn Smythe. Hellebuck there got the Vezina Trophy. Markstrom actually, though, got the William Jennings with James Reimer. Zadorov, Bill Masterton. Castles, the Cardo coach, shot Jack Adams. I'm surprised because I feel like they've been good since the start. I'm not sure if they had a bad year or something. Crosby Selke Trophy. That's kind of cool. McDavid also got the Ted Lindsay. And then Stevens there, Maurice Richard. I think I forgot to check that. So AHL here, no Calder Cup. We did win the Central Division at least, but it looks like that was our only team award for this year. Individual awards, Beniers most points, Howlock MVP, Beniers most goals, just a made up guy. Most of these guys are probably going to be made up. Bode Wild still in the AHL, best defenseman. Stoller's best goalie. Patilla there, MVP of the playoffs, made up guy. Honka in the AHL's community involvement, and then Primo actually had lowest goals again, so that's a good sign. Again, AHL team, like we had 80 overalls on our defense, like kind of insane. So we'll get to the draft now. I think it'll probably show us the retired players here. Fourth year, there should be some decent names. Patty Marleau hangs it up, 1,800 games played. I'm going to do a quick Google. I'm pretty sure that's most ever. I was right, Patrick Marleau now has the most games played ever, but one thing that's kind of interesting, he's got 1723 right now, so that means he played like 85-ish games in the past 4 seasons, so he must have just been buried in the AHL for the past couple of years. I think, honestly, he's going to pass Gordie Howe for most games played this season. He's only 40 games behind him. Backstrom there calls it quits at 36, 8 years before Marleau did. That's a big retirement for sure. That's going to hit the Capitals. I mean, they already lost Ovi. Duncan Keith was still going, but he retires there as a Penguin. 79 overall, definitely glad we traded him when we did. Dustin Brown, Chris Letang on the Bruins. Shea Weber actually retires with the Montreal Canadiens. I'd have to go check the chart, but I'm pretty sure Nashville just got screwed in terms of the salary cap. Bobby Ryan, Andrew Ladd, Travis Zajac, Tyler Bozak there, Craig Smith. So a lot of guys are like mid-30s, weren't really NHLers anymore, dropped off, calling it quits. Goaltending-wise, Pecorino retires as a Toronto Maple Leaf, Ryan Miller. I don't think I've seen Lundqvist or Fleury yet, so I believe both those guys still going. And look at that, Patrick Marleau is now a coach, same with Dustin Brown, Nicholas Backstrom. I feel like Marleau could definitely be a good coach, but we already get like so much chemistry. I'm definitely not changing up my coaches. Look at this, guys. We're at the draft now, and the first overall picks on the block. I wonder if we could do something kind of crazy here with the Flyers. Like I said, DeBrincat, I was just gonna like trade, or not trade, but hope you get offer sheeted for like a bunch of picks. Does he actually have? He has no 26 years old, 87 overall. Okay, his offer sheet is worth way more than that, so I'm not trading him as an RFA, but at least I believe he's an RFA. But never mind, my plan was to just trade DeBrincat 1-for-1 for the first overall if it was on the block and it's only going to be a medium elite player, but it doesn't look like that's possible. So before we make our pick, quick look here at the first round. 81 medium elite, 79, 77, 78, 77. So yeah, 76 medium top 4 at 6 is actually really good, but ooh, Red Wings, tough pick. High top 9, number 8. Definitely looks to be the worst draft class yet. Really no great player there at the top of it. Was that low elite 72 defenseman for Columbus? Pretty similar, honestly, to kind of the player they just took in real life this year with the KHL guy. So what I'm thinking is Kovalev, the Russian D-man. Hopefully he's medium elite. If not, I'm going to trade back in the second round to get that other guy we liked, who's guaranteed medium top 6 forward. I always hate... I mean, the one good thing, when you win the cup, you got to, stroll all the way to see your pick in the draft. 67 low elite. Okay, so could have been better. And right here, guys, trying to make a trade with the Carolina Hurricanes for Detroit, second round pick to get that other guy we liked. Offering them just a bunch of good AHL players. Shaw's 2580, medium top 6. Frederick 2679. Sarlin 2678. Green 2680. But I mean, honestly, at least 2 of those guys that are both 80s could be NHLers for them. We'll see what they say. I mean, definitely, quantity versus quality here. Also, I am a 5th rounder. Trade accepted. Okay, wow. So honestly, that worked out really well for us because we kind of had it. As we kind of had too many good players in the AHL, a lot of our younger guys weren't getting play time. So I think now that won't be an issue. Also, too, we can still sign, good young players. Conklin here. Oh, shoot. Guaranteed medium top 4 defenseman. I didn't even notice him. I was just making that trade to get this Wise guy. But I think we might have to take Conklin here and try and trade back in for Wise because these are some pretty good second-round picks that are available to us. Conklin. 72 overall medium top 4 defenseman. That's a great pick. I was saying how pick number 8, not pick number 8, pick number 9, 76 medium top 4. We got almost the same thing in the second round, 72 medium top 4. That's great. And next year, guys, making a trade with the Vegas Golden Knights, which honestly isn't the best trade for us, but I think it's just good in the moment. We're getting a second round pick from them to hopefully get that medium top 6 forward, which would normally be like a first round pick prospect. Third rounder, they're able to take the risk on that guy who could be medium elite. And then Philip here is not too bad. He's a low top 4. Potential, 20 years old, 62 overall. Lindholm, I'm trading them as he's got 3 years left there at $5 million. He was playing bomb pair for us. He's 30 years old. He could start to regress soon. Also, we just have so many low 80 defensemen that are younger than him coming up. I feel like they're just cheaper. Makes more sense to use that money, especially since I think we'll need it somewhere else. Johansson, I think we could probably re-sign for actually cheaper than him. He's 26. Trinik's 27. making 500K less. Drysdale's coming up still. Coughlin's basically who I think is going to take Lindholm's spot. So hopefully this goes through. The value's pretty equal. Worst case, we like lose Filipula, but I don't even really care. It's just there in case. And trade's rejected. Okay, so I don't really need Filipula. We do need a roster player there, though. So if all we literally need is a roster player, I guess we'll just take CC back here. See what they say now. Trade's accepted. Okay, so a second and a third for Lindholm. Again, you know, it's probably not the best, but considering the situation. Muzzin, was that the guy we wanted? 68 overall, medium top 4. It wasn't, because our guy's a medium top 6. But that's crazy. 3 medium top 4s just went in a row after, you know, medium top 6 goes. And ours was the highest rated, but still. 3 really good picks there. Detroit got, you know, nice defensive picks for sure. I didn't even realize Boyd's here as well. How did I miss that guy? So who do we want? I mean, I think we got to go with the gem. Both medium top 6. This one's the gem, though. And 65 medium top 6. Okay. We'll see. The other one, boys, exact same. We're hitting a potential. And our next pick here, number 3, we're going to take this Nielsen guy. We're taking him a bit early. Decent chance that he's medium elite. So I think it's worth it to take a chance. He's a Spitfire. 60 overall medium top 6 for the 3rd round. That's a solid pick. So 2 medium top 6 forwards for Lindholm. Like, can't complain. And our next pick here is actually the end of the 4th round. So we still actually have, you know, a decent amount of picks here. Granado, scout recommendation. Oh, I don't usually like going with it. Polish defenseman guaranteed medium top 6. We got some good prospects. Let's take a risk here. 60 overall medium bottom 6. I don't know why bother. Our next pick here is the last pick in the 6th round. This is literally just, you know, shooting for the stars, trying to find something. Eklund, isn't that like the fake insider guy? Let's take Eklund here. See what happens with that. Hopefully he's good. And medium top 6, it's actually not terrible. And literally the last pick in the draft, I saw Low Elite just went to the Carolina Hurricanes 2 picks before. Street, medium starter goalie from the Petes. And I can't see our pick. Medium starter, that's an awesome. A medium starter goalie with the last pick in the draft. That's really good. So I think that was honestly such a solid draft for us, especially considering the fact we just won the cup. And I was looking at our coaches here, guys. Obviously, winning back-to-back cups helps boost your coach's rating because our head coach is A+ overall, A+, 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 B-. That's pretty nuts. 213 wins, 88 losses for a 69 win percentage. 2 Stanley Cups, 2 President's Trophies. You can see a lot of people there have really good scheme fit with him, 73%. Even the associate coach there, A-. Really good stats on him as well. Both those guys are locked up. They will need, the associate and the assistant both need new contracts next year, but we'll deal with that after hopefully finishing off a 3-peat. Alright guys, so we're at the re-sign phase here. Like I mentioned before, somehow after winning back-to-back cups, a bunch of guys on this team have gone down in rating. Boquist there is now an 89 opposed to a 90. Hull, 89 opposed to 91. Doc's actually gone up. DeBrincat, I think that went down 1. Wright went down 1. He was an 88. Nylander went down 1 as well. Like, that makes no sense to me. That's why DeBrincat had, like, no value. He is a pending UFA. I'm not sure why at 26. I know sometimes at 26 they are, sometimes they aren't. He wants $7 million. Okay, that's actually 6.7. That's actually not terrible for DeBrincat. I thought he was going to ask for, like, $10 million again, but coming off not the greatest of years. Now, Bishop's going to be a weird one, because what is Bishop going to want? 3.6. I mean, he played well for us. We won a cup with them. His playoff numbers were insane. Stuart Skinner to be the backup. I mean, probably get him for honestly $950K for 2 years, and I think he's good enough to be the backup. Pretty mostly AHL starter. Medvedov, 1973. I want to see what happens with the guys. 73 overall already at 19 years old. He's got medium backup potential, but that's a really high rating for a young goalie, so curious what happens with him in the AHL backup role. Mironov there's got backup potential, 2165. Let him go. So we'll look at forwards first here. The top 5 guys are locked up. DeBrusk, Meyer locked up. Nealer I'd like to bring back. He's an RFA. $4 million. Like, that's actually such a good contract. Until he's 29. Oh, let's do 3.75. He can play anywhere from 1st to 3rd line, even 4th line if we need him to. A really good value. Lambert's now an 83, so yeah. He's coming in for sure. 4th line looking like Costin, Ratcliffe, and then somebody else, in which case we actually have an extra player, so maybe we'll trade DeBrusk instead of DeBrincat. I'm not sure. Ratcliffe asking for a little too much money for my liking, but I think I can qualify him, and I'll probably take that. Fanasayev could honestly be that guy. 1 year, 75K. We'll do that. And obviously, guys, I don't want to lose DeBrincat for nothing. He's going to become a UFA, so let's see if he'll take 6.5 or 4 years. If he does, he could still be traded, but makes him a lot, more worth keeping at that price. But like I said, we need Lambert in the top 9, so we got to trade somebody. Okay, and then honestly, maybe bring in a defenseman, although defensively, Johansson I'd like to keep. He'll be either second pair or bottom pair. He wants a big raise though, $5 million. Drysdale would complete the top 4. We could even go Capobianco, Coglin on the bottom pair, still be fine. Cece's definitely getting lost. Johansson's a UFA. I didn't realize that. Ooh, okay. I mean, DeBrincat 6. Nylander was like 4, so that's 10. Could keep Johansson. Bishop. I'm thinking like Rask. We'll let Bishop go. Could sign him or, another veteran defenseman. Johansson, 26. I gotta try and keep him. I want to do 1 year because I think this is going to be a tough year for us, but I want to do that 3-peat more than anything. So 1 year, 4.5. See what he says. Capobianco, 2681, 850K for 2 years. An absolute seal of a deal. Coglin, 2.5. All right, so we're going to have to qualify him. Luckily, Capobianco gave us a deal. Kreis wants the minimum, 78. We'll say yes. Vlasic's 2378 now. He could make a run at making this team. If he goes up to like an 80, he'd be pretty good. Clegg, 2677, low 7th. Yeah, doesn't look like it worked out for him. Let's let him go. Our goalie coach is going to sign our offer, but we don't have enough money to sign him, which is like the issue when you're not in owner mode. You can sign him, I think, after the re-sign phase. Let's see. I actually re-signed a bunch of scouts, so I'll skip through that. And there we go. Last accepted the offer. DeBrincat rejected. Not enough money. Nylander rejected as well. Skinner accepted. Johansson rejected. Kreis accepted. Capobianco. Sundin joined the team. Some other prospects. So, I mean, we're trying to, play hardball, back-to-back cups. I thought people might, take a hometown discount. It doesn't look to be the case. So we'll try 250K extra there for DeBrincat. Nylander, we'll try same thing, extra 250K. Nylander rejects, even though we only offered him like 200K less than what he wanted. Johansson accepts. Okay, so how much money do we have left? 6.5. That's definitely enough to keep Nylander, and like I said, I plan on making a trade of some forward afterwards anyways. Okay, let's just give him $4 million for 3 years. And there we go, he's coming back. So I think like pretty much the entire team's locked up. We still have 3.3 million. We do need a starting goaltender and potentially a defenseman depending on the growth. If there's like a really good defenseman that's at the right price in free agency, I'll obviously go and get him, but if not, I'm going to kind of wait it out with the young guys we have. So we'll see kind of who we can trade, what we can trade them for, but pretty happy with how the team looks right now. So now free agency, very curious to see who's available. Some really big names last year. Austin Matthews, that's a big name, 14.6. Oh my gosh. Stevens, 12.9, 21, so he's an RFA looking for that money. Same with Cools there, franchise potential. When did he get drafted again? First overall, 2021 is a made-up guy. What a player, though, for the Kings. Gensel there wants to be paid. Same with Kaprizov. Ottawa got him, I guess, as a rental. He didn't resign. Pasternak's available. We have more than enough forwards. We're literally not going to get a forward. It looks like a lot of forwards available. That's about it. Noah Hannafin, only an 85. I did drop his potential from elite to high top 4, but I'm surprised he kind of stopped there at 85. I thought he would have got to at least like 86, 87. Ovechkin's still going at 38 years old. Literally, it's all forwards. Like, if you need a forward, you can definitely, you have your pick of the litter here, but defensively, you got to go down to like Murray Leddy, $6 million. Goaltending, let's see. Hellebuck, the only guy that got a win against us in the playoffs, 31, 90 overall. We need him for 6 more years. Maybe till he's 37. I'm considering it. Cost us $4 million more than Bishop, but he's a beast. Samsonov, 86. He's younger. Numbers, though, .902, 3.23. Hellebuck's a lot. I want to get Connor Hellebuck. I think we trade a forward. We sign Hellebuck. And let's see. Defensively, you got Noah Hannafin, Ryan Murray. Really no deals I'm seeing. Defensively, really no deals I'm seeing. Our guy Coughlin's honestly the best deal there. After him, you're paying quite a bit for a guy that's just going to be on our bottom pair anyway. I guess Gabe Carlson, 5.5 for an 85, isn't too bad. Also, guys, decided to take a look at two-way players. This Helms dude, 20-year-old, 56 overall, medium elite goalie. Somehow slipped through the draft. Wait, how tall was he? 6'3", okay. For some reason, for half a second, I thought he was 6'9". Max contract, because that's an awesome goalie to get for free. We'll also check all these skaters here that are on two-way deals. Erickson, 23.72, medium top 6. I feel like that's a guy you got to give an offer. Josh Norris as well, 25.79. I don't know if you guys watched my Be a Pro, but they're talking about either him or me winning the Calder, so we'll give him an offer there. Everyone else, I don't know, 1954, he's young, we'll give him an offer too. Alright guys, so I'm trying to make an absolutely massive trade right now with the Vegas Golden Knights for Shea Theodore. Stud defenseman, some reason they have him on the block, 1 year left, 20 years old, 89 overall. He's making 5.2. I've actually got them retaining 50% because I think they might still go for this. Offering them Johansson, he's basically taking his spot. It'd basically either be him or Chernak. Not going to be Drysdale. The other guys don't have enough value. Also not going to be Riley or Boquist. So he's basically the odd man out. And then you have Alex DeBrincat, who I thought might have got an offer sheet if we had to sign him. Him or DeBrusque. DeBrusque's 500K cheaper. Only signed for 2 more years. Gets a bit more flexibility. Had the same amount of points. Playing, I think, like 5 minutes less a night. Also, DeBrincat has a bit more value there. So we'll see if they go for this. Obviously, for us, we save like $7 million, which is awesome. We upgrade our D, and our forwards are still going to be nuts. So let's see what Vegas says here. Trades rejected. I assume it's because of the salary retention, which honestly is fine. We need about $8 million, I think, to get Hellebuck, and we'll still have that after, holding on to the Theodore's whole salary. See what they say now. Trade rejected. I can't believe I'm going to do this. We're going for the 3-peat. We shed cap space. I want that 3-peat more than anything, so. What? How? He's on the block. I'm going to try a 1st and 3rd here to DeBrincat and Johansson. I mean, the value's double on our side. He's on the block. What is going on? Sweeten the value just a touch, they say. Oh my gosh. Okay, so 1st this year. 2nd next year. DeBrincat Johansson. This is ridiculous. See how we're giving up here for Shea Theodore. But I think he just makes our defense insane. Plus, we'll have about enough money to sign Hellebuck after the trade. Let's see what Vegas says now. And there we go. I mean, that was a package and a half. They get DeBrincat, who's probably going to plug right into their first line. He's still young. Really good contract, I think, especially if he gets going. Johansson's not that much worse than Theodore. He's still a top 4 guy. Then they get a 1st and 2nd round pick. But we're going to go hard here on Hellebuck. 8.7. It said we have $10 million left after this. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm giving him the max offer because I think with the addition of Theodore, with the addition of him, we have a really good chance to 3-peat. So, alright, I'm going to give myself like a tiny bit of wiggle room, like 200K. He wants 4 years. We'll do 4 years, 8.75. Hopefully that's enough. And look at that. That medium elite goalie did accept our offer, but we still have that last pick goalie. Or they also accepted the offer. I like his name for sure. Hellebuck, come on. Norris accepted. That'll be a good AHL player for us. Erickson accepted. Come on, Hellebuck. Are you kidding me? $8.75 million. We gave him an extra $750K. Back-to-back Stanley Cup champs. The main reason I made the Theodore trade was to have the money to sign Hellebuck. Samsonov's still there, but he's just not even close to being the goalie that Hellebuck is. I mean, we took a swing, we missed. What are you going to do? Samsonov, I don't know if he's the guy. Like, .902, 3.23. Looks like he was playing on a pretty bad Washington Capitals team, so maybe he could be. Elite role. I'm thinking 1 year, 7 mil. And then see how he does. And there we go. Samsonov did accept his offer, so younger than Hellebuck, but he's 5 overall lower, 4 overall lower. Hellebuck was a 90 or 91. We got the 2nd best goalie available, not the one we wanted. Bishop was still out there too, but really risky, I think, bringing him back. We got him a cup on his way out. We got Rask cup on his way out. I feel like it's more than enough. So Samsonov, he's 27. He could be the goalie for the rest of this franchise if he actually plays well for us. Okay, this might be a really good trade. Dahan and Hosang for Ballistic and Street. Ballistic was our first rounder last year. Street was the goalie. We got the last pick. Dahan's an 81. I mean, I don't know about him. Hosang 81, never mind. I thought Dahan was like an 82. Hosang was like an 84. Not worth it for those overalls. That's nice, guys. Ratcliffe accepted our qualifying offer. 6'6". Big 4th line center, exactly what we need. And next year, guys, I'll show you the team heading into next season. Honestly, I really think that the 3-peat, there's a good possibility of it. So the first line's finally different. There's actually 2 new players there. So we got Patrick Kane on the left wing, playing with Doc and Wright. Definitely new look first line, but still getting a +3. I think, that could work out really well. The second line there is the same. I mean, actually, sorry, no, it's not. It's Meyer, Lambert, and Hall, because Wright's gotten taken off of it. So Lambert is going to have a really good shot to win the Calder. 85 overall, +5, so he's playing like a 90 his rookie year. Hands are insane. He's got Hall to snipe the puck. Myers, power forward, and get in the dirty areas. That's a sick top 6. Top 9 as well. Like DeBrusk, Dylan Strom's 89, their third line center. And Nylander, I mean, Doc's only 1 overall lower with the boost. He's actually higher. Lambert's also higher with the boost. So he's technically, with chemistry, our third best center. Fourth line's actually the same. Dellandrea made the team. Playing in with Ratcliffe and Costin there. I feel like that's a solid grind line. And defensively, we're looking just as good. Riley and Boquist on the top pair getting a +3. You got Drysdale now at 85, playing with Theodore on the second pair. Colligan's 82, playing with Chernik on the bottom pair. Stacked throughout. Goaltending's still probably the biggest worry. Samsonov, though, 86. Skinner, 82. Hopefully, Samsonov can get it done. I mean, the team in front of him is stacked. If he can't get it done with this team, we're trading him immediately. And we're going to bring probably Ben Bishop back. I don't know if he's a free agent still or not, but we'll find him. We'll bring him back. AHL team here looks pretty good. Mostly, high 70s. Lucas Reichel's an 80, but didn't quite make the NHL team. A lot of high 70s, though. You can see there's 81 still on defense. Conklin guy we just drafted, actually. Second round 2024. He's a 72, and you give him a lot of minutes there. Regula again, +3 with Capobianco. Goaltending-wise, Primo's 80 overall starter still, so AHL team at least should be back in the playoffs. And like I mentioned, this AHL team, no reason why they can't three-peat. So very excited to see what happens next season. Quickly, I'll show you guys the stats. I'm trying to remember last time we had, 100 offense. I want to say 93 defense and 86 goaltending or 84 goaltending, something like that. We now have 97 offense, 94 defense, 85 goaltending. So offense has gone down a bit, but defense has gone up, and then goaltending is basically the same. We'll see if it's enough to get that third straight Stanley Cup. It would be absolutely ridiculous. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. As always, if you did, leave that thumbs up. If you have not subscribed yet, make sure you do that. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.